Welcome back. I want to go back to what's happening inside Gaza now. We know that for weeks, CNN's Lynda Bashir has been following the human toll of this war inside Gaza, including the crumbling healthcare system. And she joins us now live from Jerusalem. Good to have you with us. We have been discussing so far the military raids that are happening and the interrogation at Gaza's main hospital. The UN relief has been calling it appalling. What are you hearing?
Well, absolutely, Wes. We know there are still hundreds of patients inside this hospital. There are hundreds of medical staff and, of course, many other civilians who had flocked to Al-Shifa to take shelter there. But clearly this hospital has now been encircled by on-the-ground fighting and ongoing strikes as part of this Israeli military raid that took place in the early hours of this morning and is said to be ongoing. And there is a huge amount of concern, both from doctors on the ground and their international partners, on the safety and security of these patients. We know, of course, that they have been warned to stay away from the windows, to take cover. That was in the early hours of the morning. We heard that directly from a doctor inside the hospital speaking to CNN. And of course, as we know, there have been those repeated calls for patients, for medical staff and civilians to evacuate the Al-Shifa hospital. The Israeli military saying that they have allowed for a safe evacuation route on the eastern side of the hospital. But for many doctors on the ground, they say it is simply not safe enough for any patients to be evacuated at this point in time, given the ongoing fighting, given the ongoing bombardment around the Al-Shifa hospital, including reports from doctors working with Doctors Without Borders of live fire striking parts of the hospital complex. So there is a huge amount of concern over the safety and security of the civilians inside this hospital. Again, to reiterate, hundreds of patients inside this hospital. And of course, while the IDF says it is focusing on targeting Hamas, it believes there is a Hamas command and control center beneath this hospital. Those allegations echoed by US intelligence. But of course, those allegations have been denied by both Hamas as well as doctors on the ground. And these are claims that CNN hasn't been able to verify. Important to underscore that. And there is concern, of course, that as the fighting around Al-Shifa intensifies, the humanitarian situation will only continue to deteriorate. And that is saying a lot, given the fact that the humanitarian situation is beyond collapse at this point. The Al-Shifa hospital is hardly operational anymore. We know they've had to close down their operating theatres. The neonatal unit is no longer operational. We saw some 36 premature and newborn babies being moved out of that unit because of the lack of oxygen supplies. We saw the horrifying video of babies being huddled together wrapped in foil and blankets to try and keep them warm. So doctors are really working under unimaginable conditions as things stand now at Al-Shifa. As we know, the vast majority of hospitals in northern Gaza are now no longer operational. Only one left really able to provide care for patients, adequate care, although we have heard from doctors at the Al Ahli hospital, that last remaining hospital in northern Gaza, who have said that they are carrying out surgeries without anaesthetic. So that just gives you a picture of how dire the situation is for northern Gaza's hospitals. And while we are hearing those repeated calls for civilians and patients to evacuate southwards, as we have seen, airstrikes are continuing in the south. Hospitals in the south are overrun. And for many patients inside hospitals across northern Gaza, it is simply not safe enough to evacuate. Doctors saying that some of them simply can't be evacuated at this point because they require specialist medical evacuations. Lynda?
Yeah, Nada, just while you're talking, we've got an alert from Israel saying they have found concrete evidence of Hamas terror headquarters, although they haven't provided any of that evidence, nor could they comment on whether there were any tunnel shafts under the hospital. We will try and get some more information on that as it comes to hand. So, Nada Bashir, good to have you with us. Thank you.